Hi, my name's Dan, and this video is one of a series of videos which are intended as an introduction to the Unreal Engine. And in this one, I am going to focus on finding sources for models, is actually what I've said, but actually this works for all sorts of different assets. So asset is the word for things that you use in your game. In Unreal, it's often called content, and so this includes things like the static meshes that you're using, things like this particle effect, but also things like sound and textures and materials as well. They're all assets. The focus on this video is going to be for finding 3D models which are called static meshes in Unreal. So I'm going to do this in a couple of ways. So the first way is I'm going to go to the Epic Marketplace, which you can get through the Epic Games Launcher. So here's the Epic Games Launcher. At the moment I've got the Library tab highlighted, so I'm going to go to the Marketplace. You can also get things through samples. In fact, I think all the stuff that's available in samples is also available in the Marketplace. Now, what I'm not going to do is pay for something right now, just for the sake of showing you something, but obviously you should feel free to do that if you want to. I'm going to go into free, and there's various different categories here. So there's Epic Games content, they're often quite big. Online learning, which seems to have a focus on not so much on models but on blueprints and how to do things. Free for the month, always worth checking out what's there. Permanently free, etc. But I'm going to go to Mega Scales. Now, I haven't pre-downloaded this because I want to show you the process, so I have no idea how long this is going to take, but I've decided I'm going to have a look at this European trees collection here. So I'm going to look at the details and find the important thing for me. Total number of meshes 27. So it's not a huge number, and that's important for me right now because I don't want to spend a long time downloading. It gives us some tags and related content. That's all related free content. There we go. And all I need to do then is to, because it's free, click that. If it was something I had to pay for, I'd go through a paying process. That has now effectively bought it, although it's free. And then it brings up a button, Add to Project, which is useful because I'm going to be able to tell it which project to put it in. And I'm using my project, which I've called Tutorials. So I'm going to highlight that and click Add to Project. I'm going to see how long this takes. 10 gigabytes. So that has taken quite a while to download. In fact, I've been off and I've had my lunch, and I've in fact recorded the next video for this series before I've come back. But finally it's downloaded these trees, and I'm going to click the well, I had clicked the Add to Project, hadn't I? So, and it was downloading it to the project. So hopefully we can now show that it's part of this project. So here's a quick flash forward to the future. Here's some stuff that I was doing or will be doing in the next video. But let's go and see what's happened with our starter content. Sorry, with our content. It's got level prototyping. Is that where it is? No, European hornbeam, I think. So it's created a folder in here, and I'm looking for, it's got the geometry. Oh my goodness. There's all sorts of weird stuff. Simple wind. Here we go. And we've got some objects here that we're hopefully able to drag one of these into our world. So we've got these meshes. It's thinking about it, and we're back. So I've let it work out what these things are, and then I've basically deleted that tree just so I can show you dragging it in again. And we're putting a tree in. There we go. And it doesn't seem to have a lot of foliage on it. It's a fairly bare tree at the moment. Let's go see what this looks like when we actually play in the game. There's our tree. So we've imported that through the Unreal Marketplace. Previously, I also got another pack, which was Modern House. This was kind of to test out the process. So the stuff in here, there is a map you can go into, but it's either my computer or this project doesn't like it because the demands are too high. But I'm just going to go into here and look at some of the meshes. So we've got there's all sorts of stuff here. There's an armchair. Plug that in. Slightly disturbs me that I'm in scale mode. I don't know why that disturbs me. A bar chair. There's a bed. So, yeah, quite nice models. A lot of kind of greyness to this stuff. What's this? Bed drawer. Okay. So that pack has a whole lot of objects that we can grab. So the other way of getting content that I'm going to show you is to go somewhere else. So not getting it from through the Epic Marketplace. And I have chosen for this, I'm going to use a website called TurboSquid. There are lots of other websites available. This is one that does some free stuff and quite a lot of paid stuff. It's aimed at professionals, so everything here is, well, I say everything, I'm not entirely sure, but things here tend to be of a fairly high quality as well. So it's dedicated to 3D models. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the, I should first of all say, I have an account. You have to create an account, but it's free to create an account to be able to get anything. And I'm going to go to free 3D models. Now, you've got to be careful because not everything here that it brings up is actually free. As you can see, this set of models here, this collection, isn't free. But there's all sorts of stuff here. I'm just going to get a kind of simple one that's on its own, which is this woman's puffer jacket. I've just clicked on that. As I said earlier, the best format to use for this is FBX. Some things on TurboSquid actually give you Unreal assets, which you can directly put into Unreal, but they may be for a previous version. So I actually think, unless you got it for the right version, I don't know how much they've changed the way things happen, but you have to update assets. I'm of the opinion that rather than going through another generation process, because it's already been through that process for the version of Unreal that's been made for, I think it's probably better just to get it straight from an actual 3D model format like FBX. So I'm going to get the FBX version of this, and I'm just going to, you see, this is, I've already previously downloaded this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these just quickly to show you this process, and try that again. So I'm going to click on that again. Now I could put this zip directly in the content of my project, which is here. I'm in the tutorials thing, and there's the content here. But because it's a zip, I'm gonna just put it in here instead, and then extract it. 2 minutes left. 1 minute left. It's going quite fairly quickly. Let's look at it doing that process. So I'll open this up and I'm going to copy this. So that this is basically going to extract it and unzip it. And I'm going to put that in my content area. So that's my, where are we? Tutorials and contents. And I'm going to put it in my stuff, my content, and stick it in there. And I'm just pasting. So I just did Control V to paste. And then Control C before, and that's pasting it in. And again, we've got a little bit of weight, but not much of a weight. And let's go back to, once that's done, go back to the projects. So when we go back to the Unreal project, you see that there's this pop-up box has appeared down at the bottom right. So it's detected the fact that I've put those assets in the content folder, and it's asking me if I want to import them. Well, yes, I do. All being well, this will then bring up a dialog box to ask me various things, and I'm going to basically leave everything as it is. It says generate missing collision, so it'll generate collision detection for me. It'll also create new materials for me as it needs to. And I'm going to click import all, so hopefully this will happen. And it's processing these changes over there down on the right hand side, and we're just having to wait. So it's giving us some information. There's some things that it's giving us warnings that things weren't quite as good as it would have liked them to be, but it seems to have imported those okay. So I'm going to go navigate to it and now put it in my contents, and it's inside this FBX folder, and we've got a single object here. There's the thing that's created the textures that I need for it, and the materials, and we should be able to just pull that in. And so there we go, we've imported that object. It's got a nice kind of shiny feel, this puffer jacket, and I don't know if it's something you would be able to actually use on a character, but if you wanted it kind of, you know, sat in a wardrobe or something, then obviously you can get that. And there, as you saw, there's multiple objects in there. Earlier today I also imported that car, and what it did was it created quite a number of separate objects for things like the wheels and the wing mirrors and the interior and the exterior, and so I would need to have worked out how to put them all back together from there. There's all sorts of different ways that things might happen as you bring them in. So in this video I have spent quite a bit of time waiting for things to happen, but also we've managed to import some objects from the Unreal Marketplace. The tree that I had earlier seems to have disappeared, and we've imported this this padded jacket as well. So I'm not going to waffle anymore. I'm going to say that's it from me for now.